Many years ago, a beautiful young lady known as Nina met Jacob during her job hunt, a chance encounter that became the start of an extraordinary relationship. Fresh out of university, Nina was determined to secure a position in the competitive labor market. As she hurried into the corporate building clutching her resume, she accidentally bumped into a tall, well-dressed man at the entrance. Apologizing profusely, she was taken aback when he smiled warmly and said, "No problem. By the way, you look beautiful." Flustered and grateful, Nina thanked him and rushed inside. Little did she know, the man she had bumped into was none other than Jacob, the director of the company she was applying to. A few days later, she was delighted to receive a call offering her the position. It was only after she started working that she learned Jacob had been involved in the hiring decision. He later admitted that her poise and sincerity during their brief encounter had made a strong impression on him. At the office, their paths crossed often. Jacob's presence was commanding yet approachable, and he took an interest in Nina's work, offering constructive feedback and encouragement. What began as professional courtesy gradually blossomed into something deeper. Jacob found reasons to linger near her desk, and Nina noticed how his smile lingered when he spoke to her. The attraction between them was undeniable, though they maintained a respectful boundary in the workplace. One evening, after a particularly demanding day, Jacob invited Nina to join him for coffee. Hesitant at first, she eventually agreed. That evening marked the beginning of their relationship outside the confines of the office. Their conversations were easy and filled with laughter. Jacob was attentive and genuinely interested in Nina's dreams and aspirations. He shared stories about his journey to success, and Nina found herself drawn to his ambition and kindness. Soon, their coffee outings became a regular occurrence. They explored the city together, dining at quaint restaurants and discovering hidden gems. Jacob was thoughtful, always surprising Nina with small gestures, a bouquet of flowers, a book she had mentioned wanting to read, or a handwritten note wishing her a great day. Nina, in turn, brought warmth and laughter into Jacob's life, and he cherished her authenticity and resilience. Their colleagues began to notice the subtle change in their dynamic. Jacob, known for his reserved demeanor, seemed lighter and more cheerful. Nina, too, glowed with happiness. Despite the growing bond between them, they were careful to keep their relationship discreet, respecting the professional environment. One evening, Jacob confessed his feelings. They were walking through a quiet park after dinner, the air filled with the scent of blooming flowers. "Nina," he said, stopping to face her, "you've brought so much joy into my life. I admire your strength, your kindness, and your intelligence. I want to be more than just your colleague or your friend. Will you be my girl?" Overwhelmed by emotion, Nina nodded, tears brimming in her eyes. "Yes, Jacob. I will." Their relationship deepened after that night. Jacob's protective nature and Nina's unwavering support for him created a strong foundation of trust and love. Jacob decided to open a boutique for Nina, explaining that he wanted her to have a space where she could express her creativity and passion. "I don't want us working in the same place," he said. "You deserve to have something that's entirely yours." The boutique became a symbol of their love and Jacob's faith in Nina's abilities. He encouraged her every step of the way, from selecting the perfect location to designing the interior. Nina poured her heart into the business, and it quickly flourished. Though she missed seeing Jacob every day at the office, their time together outside of work became even more precious. Jacob's proposal was nothing short of magical. He arranged a candlelit dinner on the rooftop of a luxurious hotel, with a breathtaking view of the city skyline. As the evening drew to a close, he knelt down and presented Nina with a dazzling diamond ring. "You've made me the happiest man in the world," he said. "Will you marry me?" Tears streaming down her face, Nina whispered, "Yes." Their wedding was the talk of the town, a grand celebration of their love. Nina's joy was evident to all as she shared glimpses of their life together on social media, showcasing the diamond ring and the new car Jacob had gifted her. They seemed to have a perfect life, built on a foundation of mutual respect and devotion. Life took an unexpected turn 6 months after their wedding when Jacob had a car accident while Nina was visiting her mother. The news shook her, and she rushed to the hospital, her heart pounding with fear. Though Jacob survived, the doctor delivered grim news. The operation was successful, the doctor explained, but the trauma temporarily affected his eyesight. He should recover with time, but he needs regular checkups. Nina was heartbroken. She couldn't imagine the vibrant and independent Jacob grappling with blindness. She resolved to be his pillar of strength. Upon his discharge, she cared for him with devotion, guiding him through the house, preparing his meals, and ensuring his comfort. The next morning, she helped Jacob wash up, dressed him, and served him breakfast in bed. He barely spoke, his silence amplifying her discomfort. She decided to leave the house, instructing the cook to attend to him. At her boutique, she couldn't shake off the sadness. Her friend, Clara, visited and immediately noticed her mood. "What's wrong, Nina?" she asked. After a pause, Nina explained everything. Clara's response was blunt. "You're now a slave in your husband's house. Do you think he would stay if it were you who became blind?" Nina hesitated. "But I love him," she said softly. Clara shrugged. "Love won't fix this. This is an opportunity to gain control. He can see, so make it work for you." Her friend's words lingered in her mind. That night, she made a decision. She hired a maid to care for Jacob, distancing herself from the daily responsibilities. Days turned into weeks. She avoided spending time with him, immersing herself in her boutique and social media. Jacob noticed the change. "Nina, why don't you stay home more?" he asked one evening. "The boutique needs me," she replied, avoiding his gaze. He didn't push further, but his silence spoke volumes. Months passed, and their once loving relationship grew strained. Nina felt trapped between her love for him and the life she wanted to maintain. She started to resent the situation, questioning why fate had dealt her such a hand. Unknown to Nina, Jacob regained his sight earlier than expected but chose to keep it a secret. He wanted to test her loyalty, to see if her love would endure hardship. Pretending to be blind, Jacob observed everything, the way she sighed heavily when he asked for assistance, the exaggerated gestures she made when guiding him to the bathroom, and the dismissive expressions she wore when she thought he couldn't see. Each moment of neglect and irritation etched itself into his memory. Nina's behavior shifted further. Emboldened by the belief that Jacob couldn't see, she began to dip into his accounts without restraint. She justified her actions as compensation for the burden she carried. "He won't notice," she told herself. But Jacob noticed everything. From the unauthorized withdrawals to the luxury items she purchased, nothing escaped his watchful eyes. One evening, Jacob decided it was time to confront Nina. He waited until they were alone in the living room. "Nina," he began, his tone calm but firm, "there's something I need to tell you." She glanced up from her phone, distracted. "What is it?" Jacob stood, his movements deliberate. "I've regained my sight." Nina froze, her heart pounding. What? When? "Weeks ago," he said, his gaze unwavering. "I didn't tell you because I wanted to see the real you. And now I have." Panic set in as Nina realized the implications. Her mind raced, recalling every unkind word, every dismissive gesture, every stolen naira. "Jacob, He held up a hand, silencing her. "You've shown me who you are, Nina. You've taken advantage of my vulnerability, and it breaks my heart. I thought our love was stronger than this." Tears streamed down Nina's face as she fell to her knees. "Jacob, please forgive me. I was selfish and foolish. I love you, I do." Jacob's expression softened, but the hurt lingered in his eyes. "Love isn't just words, Nina. It's actions. It's loyalty, even in the hardest times. I need time to decide where we go from here." Nina spent the following days in anguish, reflecting on her mistakes. Jacob, though wounded, hoped that their love could still find redemption. For him, forgiveness was possible, but trust would have to be rebuilt brick by brick. The end. Thank you for watching. If you are a new viewer, please support us by clicking the subscription button. If you have been watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please do so now. Your support means a lot to me. Like and share the video to your loved ones. Also let us know where you are watching from. Bye bye.